Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing all right. Not a bad day. It's kind of damp and yuck, but I did get my letter to my son mailed off, and um I hope it went out because it rained after that, but it should be okay. So, yeah, just in my mailbox with the flag up, so the mail lady will take it, and it should be there in a few days anyway. So, yeah. So anyway, at least like I told him, at least I wrote him, and that's what he wanted. So yeah, I'm watching a video I'm going to share a link with. It's Micah Dank on the Leak Project. He does decoding of the Bible and correlates the coding of the Zodiac that's in there too. And it really will give everybody a head start. Um, Even like I've told you that, the books in the Bible have been mixed up and left out, and well, I'll let him explain it to you. Some of it, what he's doing today, it's very interesting. I think you'll appreciate it. It's not that I believe that everybody's zodiac sign is just so and whatever, but I do believe that this system we live in has us in a state of like what month or time of the day or something we were born in, maybe different characteristics that people actually really do have. So I do believe that. It's just like Satan and his wife, they're not together, but they sure, one's Aries Taurus cusp, and I believe this old lady's probably Aries, and they work in tandem. So, and um, Taurus can work in tandem with like Gemini and that type of thing. So, yeah. But anyway, um, just my thoughts. It's just like Christ and his bride aren't together, but they're working to try and help the world. And those energies are the four winds of the planet. So a couple of them are some blowhards, like they blow hard, but they don't get anything done. So cheers to that. Yeah, I was told last night that I should smoke something so I could think clear. I think I will later on, you know. But I did make it clear that I didn't want to think like him. So I'm glad for the way I think. That I wouldn't want to be like you. That song. I would not want to be like you. Oh, oh, say something. It's true. I wouldn't want to be like you. Oh, who sings that? Anyway, yeah. So not a too bad of a day. I'm not gonna worry about the day I start writing my next letter or when I'm going to get it mailed. Because like last night, for instance, okay, 3 days ago, this is what led to this. 3 days ago, I was told everybody's God, your God. And I flipped. I always do. It's my switch. It's my on switch to flip and say, you are not God. I am not God. You can't explain how to make the first raindrop, and unless you have that memory and that's you, you're not God. And don't tell me you are. So, so 3 days ago, I have somebody telling me that they're God, technically. And then last night, Doug says to me that he had a message from God, and it's like, I don't want to hear it. But I listened for a minute, but um, I thought he was going to come in and sit down and I was going to play some music, but I knew he was playing games, so I put on Zombie by the Cranberries, and he slammed my door shut, and a little bit later he kind of barged back through it, and my poor cat was in the way too. She just barely got out of the way with her broken legs, so God's watching over her anyway. But the poor animals, having to witness that. But I don't think I'm going to be taking any messages from Satan from God, you know. And like I told him, when God's got a message for me, he'll find somebody to give me that message. Or usually he talks to me like in my heart directly and through other people. They'll make, like, if I need like a video or uplifting or some information, or there it will be. So yeah, God works through people every day. But if you're dealing with somebody that has a tendency not to walk in that spirit and share those kind of uplifting things, because Doug's like, well, you always told me if I knew something to let you know. Well, that's not quite what I meant. I meant about our situation in this world, and if there were anything new in the news. But um, besides that, I don't want to hear anything out of anybody, you know. So anyway, oh, I don't care what you do. I would not want to be like you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and I only played one song. I did go on. I was gonna listen to Cranberries Linger, but then I wasn't in the mood, and it's like, nah, I'm not gonna wreck my brain or my emotions with somebody else's little gang stalking tactics. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna let it bother me. I made some ground turkey into burritos, and had a cup of burritos and a glass of milk and a Mounds bar, and called it good. But I'm still exercising, and I'm feeling pretty good. So, want to see? Want to see that one? I'll show y'all me someday, one of these days. I'm sure you're curious. I do have a video just like, oh, maybe just a few years after my stroke, that I got up and I did a forward kick, a judo kick. So I was kind of in a spunky mood that day, like if somebody had actually been there, you know. But yeah, that's why I did it. And I wasn't even feeling that good. I went to feed the kitties this morning, and them baby cat, there's three of them out there. I opened the door, the mom's there, and them, the daughter of my cat that I brought in, the mommy of the new ones, Heart Baby, she's out there with her babies, and all three of them took off so quick. There's no way, I mean, I would have to go to the door with the camera and the food and everything. I don't think I'm ever gonna get them. Maybe one day, I don't know, but boy, they're quick. And that'll save their lives around here too, so yeah. Anyway, I mean, I know what's going on in the world, but I can, it's like still amazing. So is everybody ready for Creepy Joe to kick the bucket and have Camilla Harris president? Maybe with even Michelle Obama or um, what's her name, Hillary Clinton in there as vice president, or because Pelosi could do it, then somebody else would be Speaker of the House. But I don't know. It to me does not matter who's in there because they're doing what they're doing and they aren't stopping. You know, so they're destroying everybody's economies to have control over all of us. So, and Doug doesn't care because if I were to leave here and the economy was destroyed, I'd have to be somewhere where I would be self sufficient. So, on that note, he really doesn't care like that. You know, that's just more control he could have over me. So, that gets sick. That's precisely why I don't even want my kids around anybody that's going to, the normal person. If you're talking, you can be talking to your friend, and both of you don't even have to lead up to saying goodbye. It's like almost like you read each other's mind, and it's like, yeah, see you tomorrow. You know, it's not like that with these people. It's like you have to wait for them to tell. Their stories are so long and drawn out. Everything's like so dramatic, or they're lying, whatever the case may be. It's also such a facade, you know, people like that. Yeah, I like the way my brain works. Everybody doesn't need theirs to work my way or want it to work the way mine does, but I'm rather pleased. It sure saved my life, you know, and counting on my own instincts and intuitions instead of going by what somebody else has said many times has saved me. So yeah, trust your gut feelings, your instincts always. Don't ever think they're not real because they are. You know. Yeah, but I did sleep pretty good last night. I took an aspirin and had a glass of milk and some water after that because and I rinse my mouth out really good after I floss my teeth and everything. It's like I don't like going to bed with grody teeth, you know. But anyway, they get grody, yeah, with my cigarettes and my coffee, but not too bad. Yeah. They're white when I first brush them for a while, you know. And then some of you know, or some of you don't know, but I have teeth that I got hit so hard it broke my jaw on that side. And these teeth were cracked. One was literally broken. And so I've had all my wisdom teeth taken out. So that leaves another less one than a lot of people. But then I had two more taken out because I had one of my regular ones was cracked down to the root and I didn't know it and it got infected in there. And then I had a crown, a gold crown that I was allergic to because I'm allergic to all metals except um, sterling, silver, and platinum. Everything else, every kind of metal, I'm allergic to. So if somebody hands me like copper or pennies or whatever, everything, and they're heavy metals, you know. A lot of people don't look at it like that, but it's true. And with copper, you can get copper overload in your diet too. Even if you're taking a multiple vitamin and you go and eat more like spinach or something, um, which is high, well, it's copper, magnesium, and, well, I know it's vitamin E and K, but there was iron in there, a lot of iron. So, but yeah, so I have to be careful. Even playing my guitar is painful because of the steel strings. Doesn't matter because I'm allergic to vinyl too. So, and yes, they do make platinum strings, and I'm thinking about investing in some because that would take away some of the pain. You know, I've got my calluses built up. They've really never gone away. So, and then from doing drywall and sanding and stuff, I literally have hardly any fingerprints. I've been printed. It took, they kept pressing on them. I literally, after I was in trouble and had it all cleared up, they called me back in to redo my fingerprints because they couldn't get a good reading on them. So I said to them, I said, wouldn't even my partial fingerprints that are goofy be different than everybody else's anyway, even though they're goofy? I said, I didn't sand, you know, drywall because I was trying to hide my fingerprints. You know, I'm kind of unmistakable when I walk out in the world. It's kind of hard to hide, you know. I don't really, I'm not your typical looking person. I mean, I don't think I am. Maybe some other people think I am, but I know when I'm out there, I sure feel like an odd duck, you know. So, but anyway, I'm not a murderer. No. Like maybe my first, second, third video, I talk about my troubles, and a lot of other times I have, but and it has to do with my kids too. So being taken by their dad, and I about lost my mind. So I'll just leave it there today. I've had enough of people's shit already with this day in particular. So yeah. Oh, anyway. It's funny, last night, even when he was like throwing things around, went to take a shower and threw his keys on the counter in the bathroom, and little noises like that. And I I just started laughing. I'm like, and instead of getting the bad vibe that I've gotten a lot of times, which is the intent through the ether, it's like the chuckle that came to my heart of it all was a little abnormal, you know. I usually don't laugh when people are angry, but, well, I would call it mad. Angry is when you have a actual reason and you're justified, and you're not mad because you haven't lost your mind, you know. That's the difference between, my dad used to tell me, and it's true, only dogs get mad and people get angry. And even people getting angry, it takes a lot. So, yeah. And I think that's a good thing. And another thing my grandpa had taught me when I was little, my adopted grandpa, one that I loved, he was full-blooded French, Von Duchesne. My grandpa Von taught me don't ever go to bed mad at anybody, angry at anybody. And that was super good advice. Some of the best advice I've ever gotten from anybody, you know. And wake up in the morning and it's a new day, you know. And I do that every day, regardless, unless I intentionally have to do something the following day that needs my frame of mind not to be jovial, then that's different. But as far as holding a grudge or looking for a way to get revenge or something, that really isn't me. I might, but I don't think so. You know. But, so, what do you all think about? I heard. Oh, I don't know the name of this guy. It was a preacher that Robin's Hood listens to, Skip Herzog. That's who it is. He was talking about. He put it in this order: the universes, the cosmos, and the earth. It's the and he called it not cosmos, he called it something else. It didn't even sound right, like cosmetic, like colorful and made. He called it co- co- comos or cosmos. It was really weird the way he said it. I thought, okay, not only did you really even mess things up there, because the cosmos is all encompassing everything, you know. But this is why I don't believe in the universe and universes like that, because that's like the word verse, the word of God, universes. No, there's not. It's not una. It's not more than one. It's like they're calling like a combination. It's not a combination. It's one thing. It's not a una anything. It's a singular. It's you know. Anyway, it's just like Bruce Sees All makes this point all the time. The moon is in our atmosphere. That's why there's light on the moon from the sun and light from the sun on our planet, because we are all in the same atmosphere. And I don't know what people think. Okay, um, the cosmos itself, if they were implying that the cosmos was inside a universe and there's more than that, but our Milky Way that we are in is in the cosmos. This is the universe, not universes. You know, I um I think I had another way I was going to try and explain that, but people, even with the word university, going to school and learning, having a higher education, implies the same thing. It implies a dual situation where there's a single situation. They're trying to make people believe. I'm not saying that there isn't another planet with life on it. I'm saying they're trying to make people believe that God's creation, the galaxy we live in our cosmos, is some kind of dual situation, and it's a singular thing, and that is all connected. You know, it's not a una anything. That's all I'm trying to say. You know, it doesn't make sense if you think about it. People say, oh, we're all connected and it's all connected. Okay, stop right there. Right there. If we're all connected to everything that is, how could there be more than one? you know. Well, and then you have these people who say that we're just parts of God, fractals of God, experiencing His self on earth. And I believe for that race, a different race, this is our souls. It's not something they can breed with flesh. This is a race that literally by flesh is connected because they're soulless. They're trying to obtain a soul to escape the prison God put them in. We're here to collect the humans that have came through the sea, came through the waters of God's creation that they polluted. That's what's going on here. You know, they know it. Just think on that universe thing and just think why they would push that. And that brings another thing to mind, like unisex. Why is it such a big deal for these people to push one gender on everybody? And that's the ultimate goal, to not recognize any differences between genders at all, you know? And that's not even them. Satan and his own old lady are clearly male and female, connected by their minds, like Christ in his blood, and the Almighty and his children, and everybody connected like that. Things I can't prove right now, but I'm sure everybody's going to start seeing what I'm saying is the truth, you know? Yeah. Two sets of twins. Well, actually, there was God, a mom, a dad, and a baby, and the baby took DNA he wasn't supposed to take and started creating his own, and he created his own female, just like him, only it was lesser and it was dark, and they both fell into the depths of hell. End of story. But they had babies, and some of them started having souls that they could never obtain, but they just had to sit by and watch the creatures that they had created evolve right in front of them while they never did. How's that for a story? You know? So, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna smoke something so I can think clearer. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't think I'd ever hear that in my life. Oh, God. And the funny thing is, he's the one who went and got it for me. I didn't ask him. I didn't even know. He was just gone for a while and came back. Said he had a treat for me. Oh boy, did he ever. Watch out for them Greeks bearing gifts. Do not drop the soap and don't bend over. Because Satan's driving right now and you're not going to like it. Okay, I hope you enjoy Micah Dank over on Leak Project. I believe, you know, I think most people out there are actually trying to move with God in their hearts at this point. Some of them are struggling a little more than others, but like I say, I always have a reason for recommending somebody, and on this video in particular, and especially if you've studied astrology, you know, with the zodiacs, or and I'm not really big on the Vedic stuff that's like ancient and um the Far East, it's like, watch out, because that's conducted by a little bit different energy, if you get my meaning. So, like the Vedic astrology. Oh, it's real. It's all too real. But so is voodoo, you know? All right. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.